mentioned the other day, we were talking about George and UGA. It was the little things they did that pressed him. It was the big blitzes and stuff. How much is that something this whole team kind of takes to heart and knowing it's the little things you got to do to get on the field?
Oh yeah, no doubt. The little things is really what he harps on the most, because you forget the little things and that adds up to the big things. So, picking up that blitz that Zamir did, and George blocking on the edge, yeah, he made that great catch. That was crazy. But just blocking on the edge, that's what helps the team's success. Not necessarily your individual goals, but you get the team goals first, and your individual goals are just going to rise up with that.
How do you think you played Saturday against Murray State? What was your self-analysis?
I played pretty good. Special teams is my main role, and we did very well on special teams. Almost broke one on punt return. Their offense was good, fast tempoed. So that's what we practiced for all week, and we were able to control it. And but overall, we had a great game on defense and on special teams.
Coach Mark talked about special teams. Do you enjoy that role, and how important do you think is it important as Coach Mark talks about?
Oh yeah, definitely. I enjoy special teams because it helps me get on the field, and but he does emphasize special teams very much because it is, it doesn't seem like a big part of the game because everybody notices the quarterbacks and the DBs or whatever, but special teams can get you to the pros by itself. You see Jason Stanley, he didn't get many snaps on offense, but he was all the way special teams, and look, he did great in the preseason for the Falcons. So,
what special teams units are you on right now for Georgia?
Punt return and kickoff return.
What are your specific roles on those units?
It differs each week. Sometimes, like this past week, I just came straight off the edge on punt return, but most weeks I got to chip the edge.
Right.
But and then kickoff return, we pretty much do the same thing every week.
You've kind of got your own fan following out there. I know people are always saying, "No, when are we gonna see him out there?" I mean, how much does that encourage you, and does it ever get frustrating? Like, guys, I want to be there. There's just a lot of really good players here.
Yeah, we're number 3 in the country, so there's a lot of good players everywhere you look. And but I'm blessed, and just like my dad told me, he said, it's not when you want to get out there, it's when God wants you to get out there. That's the main thing. That's what I gotta keep in my head, and right now special teams is my main role, and that's what I'm gonna do with all my ability.
Nate, you came in with such a strong class with Fromm and McCown and others. What's your thoughts about the talent that has followed you, the freshman and sophomore class here behind you now?
We got some talent. I'll tell you that. Each year is just going to get better and better. And you see the freshmen. You got Nolan Smith. You got George, like y'all were just talking about. You got Nakobe. I mean, it's unbelievable the talent that we get each year. And the sophomores, Quay Walker, he's stepped up a lot. He's playing on defense now, and I'm happy for him because he's worked hard just like everybody else has. And but we have great numbers each year coming out, and I think it's going to continue that way.
Has it kind of caught you off guard a bit that you didn't expect to have this much competition for playing time?
I mean, I'm at Georgia. I know there's going to be competition, and I think our recruiting class started the movement, I guess you could say. And getting these top recruits, you're just going to have to come each week prepared to give your best.
What are these 3 games where y'all been such big favorites? You've played 2 of them already. Obviously, beyond winning is the number 1 goal and most important thing. But what are you sort of gathering out of some of these games where you're obviously playing opponents that aren't maybe to your level, but you got to play them. So what are y'all getting out of this as a team?
Well, I mean, each week you got to approach it as they're national champions last year, because you never know each week if you slip up, that team is or could be good enough to upset you or whatever. And we pride ourselves on working each week as if we were playing in the national championship. And you can't take away from them teams because they were good teams. And we're a good team. So we just come each week prepared to play, and that's pretty much it.
You talk about talent. What about going up against guys like a George Pickens? When did you know he'd be special? And then about catching James Cook. We hear so much about his speed. If you could just talk about those two guys a little bit.
Okay, yeah. So George, when he first got in here, he always comes on our road, always dancing. He's a hoot. But seeing him on the ball field, just the heart he has for the game and just the passion and the athletic ability is crazy. And just seeing him make that catch, like I said, that was crazy. But he's worked for that. He's put in the time, and he's just so competitive, and you can tell in practice, which shows up in the game.
And then James, I mean, a guy with your kind of speed, you probably get angles on everybody. Is he a little different?
Yeah, he's shifty. I mean, you think you see the speed, and it might be hard for him to cut. I'm telling you, he's running this way 1 second, and the next second he's running the other way. So I mean, it's just hard to get a read on, especially in practice. So I know for other teams, it's hard, just tackling him. He's so so balanced. He'll be sideways and still be running. I don't understand it.
When you're walking around campus and going to class, I'm sure everybody wants to talk about Notre Dame. So how hard is it to stay focused when the outside world and even the daily interaction is talking about Notre Dame?
Well, I got a little help with that because I drive a scooter, so I don't really talk to anybody. But we focus on each week. We're focused on Arkansas State right now, and because they're a good team. So that's what we're focused on. And once the other games come, then we'll focus on that.
You talked about being number 3, and I guess the goal is always perfection. But giving up a few points to Murray State this past week. So what's that like on the inside when you guys go back and review that tape? And is it shutout or nothing every week? And those are disappointments, or is that you got Arkansas State this week and they're going to want to score as well?
Oh yeah, I mean, going into the game, we knew that Murray State wanted to score a lot because they're that fast-paced offense, and that's what they're based on is scoring. So we would love a shutout every week, and that's perfection if you think about it. But perfection doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes it did. 2017, we shut out. I don't even know who it was. I can't remember. But that's what we strive for. That's what we want to do is shut people out. But as long as we meet our goals and exceed our goals, then we're just going to keep working each week and perfect our craft to where we can shut people out.
Are you guys allowed to make hits in practice like Webb did the other day on that fumble? Like, can you hit your teammates that hard in practice?
As long as you stay up. We have to stay up. We can't take to the ground.
Really?
So
is he one of the guys is he a pretty heavy hitter in practice too?
yeah, Mark. He, as you can see in the game, I mean, he hit Buddy, and no, Mark practices hard in practice. But we try to protect our players. We stay up.
Now, when you came in, you were one of the fastest guys on the team. They brought in some other track guys. Are you still one of the fastest guys on the team?
I can't say I might be the fastest white guy on the team, but I'm telling you, there's some fast boys on the team. It's crazy.
Was there any emotional sentiment with playing on the newly named Vincent Joy Field?
Yeah, I mean, it's the success that Vince Dooley had was unbelievable. Herschel coming through and all the great players coming through, and I know Coach Dooley's grandson. He came in at the same time with us, and I've always grew up being a Georgia fan. I lived in Georgia, and just hearing about all the great stories. Vince Dooley has one of the national championships that we have. So yeah, it was definitely emotional. Big game. Herschel was there. It was awesome.
How do you think the new facility is going to enhance how the team plays?
Lord, I'll tell you, I saw some pictures, and it was nice. Being able to spread out and work individually on, maybe, I don't know, the linebackers having to work on, their footwork or the press, or, it's going to be a lot more room to, get some runs in while you're lifting. So it's going to be awesome.